Good evening, I'm Keisha Butts with the CTV News Update. The world has surpassed a grim milestone in the fight against the coronavirus. The death toll has topped 5 million people worldwide, with 745,000 deaths right here in the United States. According to Johns Hopkins University, the death toll is roughly equal to the populations of Los Angeles and San Francisco. COVID is now the third leading cause of death around the world, following heart disease and stroke. CTV spoke with a person who recovered from the disease.
It was a big ordeal. I mean, it's like part of the misinformation was like COVID is a hoax. I had COVID. It took me down for 2 months. It's not a hoax. It's very real. I know people who have died from COVID. So for me to be standing here and some others not, I just feel very blessed and grateful.
Here in Prince George's, nearly 1,700 people have died of the disease. Well, here are the latest COVID-19 numbers for our area as we start a new month. The State Health Department has confirmed 448 new cases. The positivity rate in Prince George's County is 2.56%. 13 Marylanders have died of COVID-19 since yesterday. 563 remain hospitalized. Residents in Montgomery County will soon have to mask up indoors again. That's just days after the mandate expired. The county's top health leader says COVID transmission numbers are up. Acting Health Officer Dr. James Bridgers notified lawmakers over the weekend. This means that Montgomery's indoor mask mandate will be reinstated beginning this Wednesday, unless the Board of Health amends the decision. A new program through the state's Health Benefit Exchange offers low-cost insurance to young adults. Starting today, young people can enroll in a health insurance program for as little as $1 a month. Adults aged 18 to 34 earning up to 400% of the federal poverty level are eligible for the program.
We understand that many young adults generally feel that they can survive without health coverage. This is what we know of young people who feel invincible. And the pandemic hit our county extremely hard. COVID-19 did not just target older residents, but we know that younger residents definitely felt its impact as well.
The program, which passed during the last legislative session, is funded through 2023. Sponsors of the legislation say they would like to see funding continue beyond 2 years. You're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Butts. Coming up, Metro is putting more trains back in service. Stay with us.
1 in 365 African Americans battle sickle cell disease. I was one of them. Life back then was painful. I was in and out of the hospital and had frequent pain crises. A blood stem cell transplant is the only cure for sickle cell disease. I was fortunate to find a perfect match in my younger sister, but many patients do not have a compatible donor in their families. And Black patients have only a 23% chance of finding an unrelated donor. More Black donors are urgently needed to help save lives. It only takes a simple cheek swab to join the Be the Match registry. Learn more about becoming a donor and access free patient resources by visiting endsicklecell.org today. You or someone you know could be the cure for a patient battling sickle cell, like me.
Hi, we're Edie's Angels,
volunteers with the Edith B. Wright Breast Cancer Foundation, encouraging you to do your monthly self-breast examinations.
It doesn't really matter how you do them. You can do them in the shower, laying down, or in the mirror. Just make sure you do them.
Because this is
a serious matter.
I dream of a world that's cancer-free.
Welcome back. The U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments on a Texas law that bans most abortions in the state. The Texas Heartbeat Act went into effect 2 months ago and is the most stringent in the nation. It basically ends abortion after 6 weeks of conception. That's often before women even know they're pregnant. Today's arguments center around whether abortion providers or the Justice Department can mount federal court challenges on the law. It has survived legal challenges so far, despite being at odds with constitutional protections for abortion rights. Metro adds 7 more trains today after a Blue Line derailment last month prompted service cuts. WMATA expects to have 39 trains in service, an increase from the 32 that had been operating since the derailment. Green Line trains will run every 20 minutes. The Silver Line is expected to have full service between the Wiley-Reston East Station and Largo Town Center. Red Line trains will operate every 15 to 20 minutes. All other yellow, blue, and orange lines will run every 30 to 40 minutes. Metro will continue on this schedule until at least November 15th. Parents, have you taken your child to get the flu shot? If you haven't, medical professionals say now is the time to do it. AmeriGroup Maryland says flu rates last year were very low. However, the flu is easily transmissible. That's why it's important for persons over the age of 6 to get flu shots. Children with compromised immune systems face greater health risk.
They come into the doctor's visit. Often most pediatrician offices will offer the flu shot and will offer it free of charge. And so if they call their pediatrician office, usually at this point in time, most of the pediatric offices will have the flu vaccine available. Now the flu, is in our community from October through May, and the peak prevalence is from December to February. So it's really not too late to get the flu vaccine.
AmeriGroup Maryland says that it's okay for eligible residents to get both the flu shot and the COVID-19 vaccine at the same time. New grant funding is currently available to expand access to health care services in the state's underserved communities. The Maryland Health Equity Resources Act allocated an additional $14 million in grants to help reduce health disparities. The Community Health Resources Commission is currently taking applications for the program. Nonprofits, hospitals, higher education institutions, qualified health centers, and local governments are all eligible to apply.
We're doing a series of town hall meetings across the state to help inform affected communities with this grants opportunity. And so we anticipate awarding $13 million in new grant fundings announced in early February.
Tell us how these grants will be used. How will it affect the communities?
Well, they're to be used to target certain communities that have health disparities. The way these communities live in very crowded places, the lack of transportation, the lack of education, the environment, and they need to be invested in. We need to put resources to reduce those disparities, to make these communities healthier.
The deadline to apply is December 7th. You can attend an information session this afternoon to learn more about the grant opportunity. The address is 3600 Bright Seed Road in Landover. Prince George's County Police were busy this weekend responding to a string of homicides. 3 people were killed and 2 were injured in 3 separate incidents on Saturday. In the first, a man was shot around 4:30 a.m. at the 3800 block of 28th Avenue in Hillcrest Heights. He's been identified as 25-year-old Romeo Franklin of District Heights. In the second incident, a man was killed and 2 others wounded around 4:20 p.m. at the 10,300 block of Silkwood Court in Springdale. And a man was shot and killed late Saturday night at the 9800 block of Good Luck Road in Lanham. Anyone with information about these incidents is asked to call police. Meantime, authorities are investigating a fatal pedestrian incident in Fort Washington. It happened early yesterday morning at Indian Head Highway and East Swan Creek Road. Police are investigating the cause of the incident, which claimed the life of an unidentified man. And still to come on CTV News tonight, a bounce-back win for the Maryland Terps. Stay with us.
I think I finally found.
Hey. How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far. A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. this place that I call home.
I may not be a drummer, but I don't miss a beat when it comes to my monthly self-breast examination. The Edith B. Wright Breast Cancer Foundation encourages everyone to do their monthly self-examination. Thank you.
I dream of a world that's cancer-free.
Thank you for staying with us. It's Native American and Indigenous Heritage Month, and the County Library System is sponsoring a host of events. They include book and film discussions. The activities will also include a conversation with a Piscataway tribe leader about land issues. This Thursday, the public can participate in an event called Craft and Create.
Based on the history of petroglyph art, and it is taken from inspired by some of the art that are in the local caves and rock. So petroglyph is rock art. So that is what that program is about, and you can actually make your own rock art.
For more information, visit pgcmls.info. She's building sisterhood through reading, and she's only 11 years old. Meet Kaylin Davis from Capitol Heights. As CTV reported last week, Davis founded a social club when she was just 7 years old. It's called Beauties in the Books. The group not only reads novels, but also goes on various field trips. Davis has this advice for other little girls interested in starting something similar.
I would tell them that, you know, do anything that you put your mind to. And if you want to start a book club of your own, just let your parents know and, you know, get it started.
For more information about her club, visit Davis's Instagram at Beauties in the Books 3. After losing 3 straight games, the Maryland Terrapins football team bounced back on Saturday with a 38-35 win over the Indiana Hoosiers. The Terps got into the end zone twice in the first quarter, scoring on their first 2 drives to take an early 14-0 lead. But they needed to rely on their air game the rest of the way, with the Terps quarterback getting a career-high 419 yards passing. Indiana responded to keep the game close, but the Terps recovered an onside kick attempt with the Hoosiers with under a minute to play to seal the victory.
The goal was to start fast, and we did. We were able to get ahead. But then once they saw that was our game plan, they made the adjustment, and they just started bringing pressure from all over the place.
And so halftime, we just basically made some adjustments on protections to pick up all those. And second half, we basically picked those up, and we were successful. And it wasn't a perfect game. Definitely some that we need to correct in the film room. But we came out with the win, and that's all I care about, and that's all we care about. It's just going back to our standard and what we usually do, and that's winning.
You know, it was a 4-quarter dogfight, and, you know, the thing I liked is that we found a way to get the win. We didn't go cautiously, and we didn't play cautiously to not lose.
From day one, Coach Locks, you know, talks about next man up mentality and taking advantage of the opportunity. Every opportunity I get out there, I treat it like it's my last. And, you know, with Los and I, who hardly wasn't playing in the beginning of the season, we prepare every game like if we were going to start or we're going to have a lot of touches or, you know, receptions. So it felt great. But we're going to get back to work and fix our mistakes that we have and get ready for Penn State next week.
The Terps will host 22nd ranked Penn State in College Park next Saturday. Well, let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 41. Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 50. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny with daytime temps in the low 50s. And now for the community calendar, calling all volunteers. The city of Bowie is looking for residents to become teen mentors. The goal of the program is to build positive relationships and provide guidance for middle and high schoolers. For more information and to apply, visit cityofbowie.org/mentor. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. I'm Keisha Butts. Have a good night and join us again tomorrow.